savoir mettre des limites. Dans les plaisanteries, dans le travail même, il faut avoir des barrières en fait, sécuriser son environnement, c'est tout ça, physique et émotionnel.
Tous ces diplômes qui se promènent de partout et que vous devez faire la différence parmi toutes ces personnes, il faut que vous ayez une valeur ajoutée. C'est de cela qu'il s'agit.
If you keep insisting that you must be a logistic officer, then you're missing your dream. You need to look at your CV. After this meeting, come to me, bring your CV, bring your mission statement to me, and let's talk about rebranding you.
Au bureau, il faut savoir mettre des limites. Dans les plaisanteries, dans le travail même, il faut avoir des barrières en fait, sécuriser son environnement, c'est tout ça, physique et émotionnel.
Tous ces diplômes qui se promènent de partout et que vous devez faire la différence parmi toutes ces personnes, il faut que vous ayez une valeur ajoutée. C'est de cela qu'il s'agit.
Insisting that you must be a logistic officer, then you're missing your dream. You need to look at your CV. After this meeting, come to me, bring your CV, bring your mission statement to me, and let's talk about rebranding you.
Hello. Welcome to our live summit. It is a pleasure to meet you all this afternoon. How is the lockdown going in your side? I am locked down somewhere in the UK, and we wouldn't let the distance nor the fact that we're being quarantined stop us from doing the things that we love doing. If most of you can remember, on the 28th of March, we had to host another edition of the Corporate Women in Leadership, but unfortunately, this happened, and while it has happened, it shouldn't stop us from doing the things that we should do. So, my name is Adeline Sekamga, for those of you who know me. I am the founder of African Media Group. I'm also the founder of the Corporate Women in Leadership. This is an initiative that we started in 2016. The purpose for starting the Corporate Women in Leadership was because we wanted to give, opportunities for young women or experienced women in the leadership, in the corporate environment, looking at taking leadership positions. Sometimes it could be hard because we are being expected to understand what needs to be done. But we don't know what needs to be done all the time. So we might need guardians. We might need support. We might need mentorship. There are a lot of facilities for young entrepreneurs out there, helping them to take their entrepreneurial, initiative to the next level. But if we can see along the corporate environment, the corporate world, we can clearly see that you have very little support. Sometimes we do have corporate support from our companies, but then it could be very daunting, especially when you are at a certain position and there is no other position above yours. Sometimes you have less support because the person immediately above you will think, I don't want to enhance this young person's skills. I don't want to give them a lot of opportunities because if this happens, they might take my job. So we all have these issues that affect us. And so we decided to launch the Corporate Women in Leadership. So far, we've been to different countries hosting this summit. And we've been very lucky to have some thought leaders on our platforms. In 2016, we launched this Corporate Women in Leadership in Cameroon. In 2017, we were in Gabon. Yeah, we were in Gabon, where we hosted the Corporate Women in Leadership and the Corporate Award. In 2017, we were in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. And in 2019, we were in Dakar, Senegal. But along the line, we've always hosted these events in Cameroon. So that means these events, although we're taking it out there, we still make sure we have a landing page. We have a landing platform whereby we carry out other activities. Some people might ask the question that we have a lot of conferences, we have a lot of summits that happens. Why is Corporate Women in Leadership different? Corporate Women in Leadership is different because most of the time we bring in leaders who are not afraid to tell you exactly what they did to get up there. This is not a platform whereby we are afraid to tell you what you need to do. So it's not just about telling you the theory that is in the book, but it's about sharing the story, sharing their corporate story, sharing the difficulties that they have had. Another thing that we do differently is we launched the mentor-mentee program. This mentor-mentee program is truly our core product for Corporate Women in Leadership. With the mentor-mentee program, we tend to pair our audience with our speakers, meaning the minute now you are following us, the minute that you follow us, what happens is if you see someone or if you heard one of our speakers and you really love the way they inspire you, reach out to us and we're going to reach out to them to come on board and support you as a mentor. So we do offer free mentorship programs, and at the end of the mentorship programs, it normally takes 6 months. But at the end of this program, the mentee find themselves in a very comfortable position. They find themselves ready to move on to the next step. They find themselves going to the job that they want. We have been influenced to bring this summit online because, of course, of the COVID-19. We can see that America is topping the chart, which is very unfortunate because it's a pandemic that everyone or every head of state is trying to see how they can maybe find a vaccine or find a cure. But it's truly still at a very not a very early stage, but they're still struggling. So we are hoping, we are praying that in the next few weeks, this is going to, we're going to find the cure or the vaccine, or we're going to find out exactly what we need to do to curb COVID-19. In the meantime, I am sure and I do hope that you out there, you're taking the right measures, you're doing the preventive measures that you need by protecting yourself and by protecting those around you. I know we are on lockdown, but does this mean we need to log off? Where was our lives before the lockdown? How has it changed? I decided to bring today 2 experts who are going to be answering some questions. And please do ask your questions as well if you have any question. Along the line, we'll be taking questions from time to time. But if you do feel that your question is burning, please put urgent. Because sometimes you might have this burning question that needs, that need an answer before you can continue, to the rest. But we'll try as much as possible to take on board all the questions that we've been asked. So are we ready to receive our audience? Before receiving an audience, I just want to show you a recap of some of the places that we've been. And, so you just watch these short videos while I bring in our speakers. So let me go. Corporate Women in Leadership. The first video is 2016. The second it was in Cameroon. The second video is 2018. It was in Cote d'Ivoire, and the third is our mentor-mentee program. So it's just going to take about 2-3 minutes of your time.
Il faut savoir mettre des limites. Dans les plaisanteries, dans le travail même, il faut avoir des barrières en fait, sécuriser son environnement, c'est tout ça, physique et émotionnel.
Tous ces diplômes qui se promènent de partout et que vous devez faire la différence parmi toutes ces personnes, il faut que vous ayez une valeur ajoutée. C'est de cela qu'il s'agit.
Insisting that you must be a logistic officer, that you're missing your dream. You need to look at your CV. After this meeting, come to me, bring your CV, bring your mission statement to me, and let's talk about the branding.
I'm back. Thank you for joining, and please do share our video so that others can, others can join us and follow up. Before calling our first guest, I want to thank those who so far contributed to make this program what it is. So let me start by thanking our first ever executive director, Dayo Oladele Lori, who is also going to be one of our speakers today. Then I'll thank Letty Endeli, who has been a great force behind the things that we do at the Corporate Women in Leadership. And I'm also thanking Solange Kimo, who is our acting executive director for Corporate Women in Leadership Summit. I can never forget to thank Binta Kila, who actually worked very hard to put this program together. And Samira after her. Samira did an amazing job. But when you do an amazing job, there comes a time when you have to hand the baton to someone else. So Ashu is the current project manager for the Corporate Women in Leadership, and she is leading this program. So, COVID-19, what are we discussing today? Lockdown. How do we develop leadership skills during this lockdown? Let me call on the speakers. I'll first of all call on Dayo, and then I'll bring in Solange, and then once I call our speakers, the game rule is when I call the speakers, I'll let the speaker tell us about themselves, who they are, and then they'll just tell us what this lockdown means for them. So they'll tell us a little bit about what it means and the coronavirus. But our focus is truly not the coronavirus. It is actually how we can develop our skills. So, hi, Dayo.
Hello, how are you?
No, I'm very fine. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
We are, while you're here, I want to thank those who are already locked on. Helen, I can see you. Cedric, Jean Bosco, I can see you. Samira, yes. I can see Manga 4, Antonio Montana, African Cam. Thank you so much for logging in. I believe you're going to go away with something extremely empowering, inspiring. So Dayo, please tell our audience about yourself and tell them in a little, Dayo is checking in from Nigeria. So she's just going to tell us a little bit about how this is in Nigeria, coronavirus. But let's hear who she is.
Okay, thank you, Adeline. Good afternoon. Bonjour, salut, wherever you're logged on from. It's a wonderful, beautiful afternoon here in Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Dayo Oladele Lori. I'm a management consultant. I'm a training and development specialist. I'm also a writer. I'm an author of 3 books. I'm also an entrepreneur. I have over 75 published articles on the cable.ng. I also run 2 organizations. I run We Lead, which is an NGO, and this NGO is focused on women and boys. Boys, people don't often pay a lot of attention to the male gender, but here we are focusing on women and boys. Also, I also run a for-profit organization, of course, which is Cravadine, which is focused on training, content development for organizations, change management, and HR initiatives generally. What does COVID-19 mean? The lockdown in Lagos, it's absolutely interesting. We were not ready. It took us by surprise. We thought it was just a regular flu which would go away. And I must tell you, by the Wednesday before the lockdown, the reality dawned on me, and it was more like running helter-skelter. But so far, so good. I must tell you that after the first week of lockdown, I took a very close look at what life is about and then what the next steps will be. And I started seeing 19 as a great opportunity. I started seeing the lockdown, not COVID-19, the lockdown as a great opportunity for us to then reset. Many times we are locked down in ourselves, in our activities. We are not moving forward. But because we are stuck on a track now, which is offered by these circumstances, these unusual circumstances, we can also harness the potentials and the opportunities that we can't find in this lockdown. And I must tell you, the last 1 week has been very awesome for me. It's like I've been at work. talking to clients, because I mean, we must march on.
Thank you, Dario. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dario, for that great introduction of yourself. Now, I'm going to just take on board Solange while she introduces herself. So I'm going to take you away from my screen, and I'll take on Solange. So, hello, Solange.
Hi, Adeline. How are you?
Solange is the current executive director of the Corporate Women in Leadership. She's a lady full of inspiration, a lady with years of experience, years of expertise, and I am extremely happy that she decided to join us today. We know we are locked down, but should we be locked off? Solange Kumo is going to introduce herself, and then she's going to tell us, she's checking in from Douala, Cameroon. So she just tell us what is and how the lockdown is in Douala at the moment. COVID-19 as well inclusive.
Thank you, Adeline. Hi, everyone who has, and thank you for dialing in to listen to Dario and myself. My co-speaker, I hope will be able to meet your expectation as far as the theme that we put together is concerned. I am an experienced marketer with almost 19 years of local and international experience, working built across different countries like Cameroon, of course, Ghana, and Ethiopia, with most of my experience built in FMCG company, mainly a leading company in the drinking industry, which is Diageo. I am passionate, energetic, result-oriented, and full of determination. I am driven with the passion to learn and share with other people, because I believe that the most important gift you can give or receive from someone is to develop the person and also get something from that person. And this is at the heart of who I am, at the heart of my purpose, which is really about bringing out the genius in everyone. Coming to women and leadership, the journey started back in 2017 when Adeline reached out to me to be a speaker, and since then I never left the house because I found that the vision she had for this wonderful opportunity given to develop women capability, leadership capability, I would say, was just in line with my passion of seeing more and more women being part of the decision and take more bigger responsibility and working alongside with men to create a more, what I would call a more diverse world, corporate world. Now, coming back to this thing that came our way, the COVID-19. I will switch in French here. Comme la plupart des pays dans le monde, le Cameroun est confronté à ce COVID-19 et la pandémie qui est là est tout à fait effroyable. Des chiffres officiels que j'ai eu à voir, malheureusement, ça monte chaque jour et le Cameroun est en tête d'affiche par rapport au nombre de personnes contaminées quand il s'agit pour ce qui est de l'Afrique centrale. Un total, c'est sûr que ça a changé d'ici là, parce que comme je dis, ça monte beaucoup, 820 personnes contaminées, donc 98 guéries, bonne nouvelle, mais malheureusement 12 personnes décédées jusque-là. Ce qu'il faut dire, c'est qu'on ne s'y attendait pas, donc du coup, les mesures prises par le gouvernement récemment ont vu un confinement presque total pour les élèves qui ne vont plus du tout à l'école et un semi-confinement pour les personnes qui travaillent. Et certaines entreprises ont pris pour la sécurité de leurs employés, parce que c'est la première ressource des structures, de les confiner à la maison et leur donner les moyens pour travailler de la maison. Mais ce que je peux dire, c'est que les mesures préconisées par l'Organisation mondiale de la santé sont vraiment utilisées, comme le lavage des mains avec le savon, avec le gel désinfectant ou le port des masques ou la distanciation de 1 mètre. Et on peut le voir matériellement dans des endroits fréquentés où il y a de l'eau et du savon pour permettre aux personnes de se laver les mains, où les personnes ont distribué des désinfectants. Et personnellement, je suis ces mesures-là. Je suis confinée à la maison avec mes enfants. Voilà un peu la situation au Cameroun. Certaines personnes peuvent sortir parce qu'elles sont obligées de sortir pour aller travailler, malheureusement. Et je tiens à remercier ces personnes-là, comme les médecins, les policiers, qui doivent continuer de travailler, et surtout les médecins et les infirmières pour assurer la vie des personnes qui sont malades. Voilà un peu ramasser la situation dans laquelle nous nous trouvons face au COVID-19 au Cameroun.
Wow, merci beaucoup, Saj. Merci beaucoup pour cette, thank you very much for these insights. I mean, in the UK, I'm just going to say COVID-19 in the UK, it's serious. You know, as of yesterday, we registered about 900 people who died, and the government is not taking it easy. It is truly a very sad time for everyone around the world. But what we're trying to do is we're just trying to do the things as Solange mentioned, preventive measures, make sure you stay indoor as much as you can, only go out if you have to. Right. Let me welcome those who are just joining us. If you're just joining us, this is the Corporate Women in Leadership. I'm seeing some answers and some questions. Someone is asking why only women, why not men? Please just bear with us. This is the first time we're hosting this show. We are still going to be inviting a lot of other professionals, you know, after this first initiative. When we're doing the live show, when we're doing the actual physical shows, we always have a man representing the male gender. But because this is the first time, this is an opening time, we are sure that next time we're going to have men. So let's kickstart with our first question. Our first question, I'm going to be addressing. I'm just going to address the first question to, you know, one of us. So it's going to be Dayo. Let's start with you, Dayo. How do you develop your leadership skills during, you know, this COVID-19 period? You know, people need to enhance their skills. They need to develop. They need to learn new things. How do you do that?
Okay, before I start, let me welcome Solange.
Thank you. Hi, Dayo.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, bon après-midi. Ça va très bien, merci. Et toi-même, good try for the French. Well done. Let me clap.
Thank you very much. So coming to the question, how do you develop leadership skills during the COVID-19 lockdown? I must say for me, I have put it in about 5 major buckets. You have to develop what I know, your physical, emotional, the psychological, the social, spiritual, and then generally the other part of, I mean, family and the other related stuff. So when I say physical, there is a lot of the difficulties that we experienced during starting with the COVID-19. First, physical, inability to move around. You see the picture in front of you, a lot of chaos, a lot of unrest. This is what a typical woman faces every day. And then adding the COVID-19 experience with it, I mean, it's a lot of chaos. So how do we then overcome these problems? First of all, I would like to highlight the issues. Yes, physical, you can't move around, kids can't go to school. Emotional, all of a sudden, I realize I can't do a spontaneous hug. There's a problem with hugging people, with having handshakes. All of a sudden, psychologically, I know a lot of people are already in depression because they are holed up in their houses. They are thinking about where the next meal is going to come from. Socially, I mean, in Nigeria, it's everybody knows us all over the world that we're very social. People go to parties every weekend, and then we can't move around again. And then you have the spiritual, of course. People can't go fellowship in mosques. And then the economical. In fact, as I speak, the airline industry is going to be losing about $103 billion. That is the estimate of the loss. And this is going to go all the way to other industries. The food industry seems to be doing well, but then the clothing industry is going to suffer. So there are a lot of entertainment industry suffering. You can see there are no football games anymore. So there's a lot of things that are going to suffer. So how do we overcome this? The first thing to know is that Christ is a test of leadership. That's the first thing. Crisis is a test of leadership. If we don't go through crisis, then you can't know how much taking away, how much you have learned. And the reality is we were not prepared. It was so hard below the belt. We didn't even know what to do about it. Like I said, as I speak, yesterday night, there was a lot of unrest in Lagos. Armed robbery cases, shops are being burgled by hoodlums. And these are some of the aftermath effects of this lockdown. So, but I see the whole COVID-19 scenario, the whole lockdown that comes with it, as a huge opportunity for women. A beautiful opportunity if we choose to see it that way. This is not undermining the effect it's having on the life of other people in the US and Italy. I mean, it's so scary. I think about 2 days ago, when the numbers hit 2,000 deaths in a day in the US, I lost my sleep. And I told Adeline, I actually lost my sleep. But again, we are alive. We can only do as much as move on. So how do we harness this opportunity of being locked down? Are we locked down? Are we locked out? No, definitely not. We're not locked out. So it's an opportunity for us to reset. When I say reset, do some catch up. So if you analyze yourself, you will find out that a lot of things that you've always wanted to do, a lot of things that you have always craved to do, how do you do these things? Where do you start from? There are so many things to do. When I say reset, there are gaps that you need to fill. There are gaps you need to block. There are things that you need to do at this time, which post-COVID-19 would help you survive. We help you because we are entering into a new economy, if you don't know. We are entering into new realities. Things are going to change big time. Schools are not going to be the same. Workplaces are not going to be the same. Are we prepared for this reality? Are we prepared for this opportunity? So first, do catch up with yourself. And I've said, I can divide this catch up into self, career, and family. Many times women struggle, and I will start with the very subtle, mundane things that we find interesting. You may say, oh, I want to lose weight. And we're talking to Adeline yesterday, and she said, oh, she has this long bread she's always eating from her fridge. When you say you want to lose weight, that is care for self. Your opportunity your own desire may be, oh, I want to take care of my health. You want to exercise. So opportunities, unusual opportunities for you to do those things that you have always left at the back of the burner, to do it for yourself. Care for self. So I said pleasure or passion. Care for self can be pleasure. Pleasure, enjoying yourself, being relaxed. Passion is those things that you have always wanted to do. You can pick those things that has always been on your mind to do. You can explore them at this time. For career, I said embrace the digital. So explore creativity, explore innovation, embrace the digital. When I say explore creativity, in your sphere of influence or where you work now, there are things that you can no longer do as you used to do them. And I will give you an instance. I'm a training and development specialist. I have over 20 years experience. And what we have been doing is preparing customized trainings for organizations. So you won't see our trainings off the shelf. We come in, we do your need analysis, and we come up with a customized training for your organization. And when we follow up with you for about 30 days to ensure that you implement some of these action plans. But as I speak to you, that will not work ultimately anymore. We must start thinking about how to then make our products very digital friendly, very readily available, taking away the human influence. So where are you in your career? What creativity or innovation do you need to infuse into it? Some 7-8 years ago, I did a training. I started training with Business Development Institute. I was taking courses. I was taking students in courses. And one of the courses I introduced, which was not even known then, was business model. Business model for me was, how do you want to, and I gave a scenario which was typical. 2 shops side by side. You are selling the same product. Let's say for the sake of argument, you're selling clothes. And then you see that your partner's shop keeps getting empty. You don't see customers coming, but they keep replenishing the shop. But your own shop is just starting, and you are wondering what is happening. Sometimes you even think it's a spiritual issue. No, it is not. Definitely, there is something that person is doing. And it could just be that that person is selling convenience to their customers. Convenience delivering to their doorstep. Have you thought about it? You can no longer sell the way you used to sell pre-COVID-19, pre the lockdown. You must now look for creative opportunities of how to sell. Embrace digital. A lot of women are very digital. We don't want to do anything technology. We think it's too much of a problem. It's too burdensome. Not true. I did IT. I worked in IT I did IT function for over 6 years. I was working behind the scene doing database administration, and all I saw were codes and codes and codes. And I will tell you, it's interesting. When you say embrace digital, there are so many courses these days that you can take during this lockdown. If you go to Coursera, if you go to EDX, if you go to Google, there are a lot of digital marketing training. Some are free, some you pay for. This is the time to look at what your business requires in the digital space. Again, I will go to book and leadership. I don't know if Adeline, you want me to keep going?
I think let's bring Solange in so that she can give a little bit. I mean, I have your slides here, and we're going to come back to some of the points that you make. And also at the end of the show, we have the resource, the resource question, which you'll be able to share a lot more light on the things that people can do. So I know you yesterday had a drive and you were talking about the skills that needs to be developed, especially how people can develop their skills. I'd like you to take us through to you as a leader, as someone who's been locked down for X number of weeks or months, and as someone who is visionary. What do you think? How do you think people can develop their skills during this lockdown? I mean, based on what Dayo has said, what contribution can you add to making this happen?
Yeah, thank you. Déjà, je vais juste ajouter parce que Dayo a parlé des choses avec lesquelles je suis complètement alignée et d'accord. Je vais juste insister sur le besoin de s'auto-évaluer, d'utiliser cette opportunité où nous sommes vraiment à l'abri de beaucoup de bruit externe pour pouvoir faire une auto-évaluation. C'est-à-dire, qu'est-ce que je veux dire? C'est-à-dire se regarder véritablement de l'intérieur. Et ici, je fais faire appel à la méditation pour pouvoir entrer au plus profond de nous, pour savoir et identifier quelles sont les opportunités que nous avons. Et Dayo a plus ou moins mentionné cela. Il est vraiment important de saisir ce moment pour se connaître, pour mieux se connaître, surtout si, à cause de nos occupations journalières, à cause du fait qu'à l'extérieur, on avait beaucoup de sollicitations et qu'on n'arrivait pas toujours à se poser. La bonne nouvelle du COVID-19, c'est que ça nous donne du temps. Je ne suis pas en train de dire que c'est une bonne chose, mais il faut regarder l'opportunité que cet obstacle nous donne et pouvoir faire avec. Et je vois l'opportunité de pouvoir se faire une auto-évaluation pour pouvoir voir les compétences. D'ailleurs, a dit quelque chose de très important. Tout ça va finir un jour. Un jour, nous devons sortir de notre confinement. Comment est-ce que nous souhaitons sortir de ce confinement? Il y aura des opportunités là-dehors. Ça va complètement changer. Et si on suit tout ce qui se passe, on voit déjà les changements qui arrivent. L'économie est dans un état désastreux. Il va falloir travailler. On aura besoin de compétences pour remettre les choses en place. Donc, ce n'est pas des vacances. Il ne faut pas que nous prenions ça comme des vacances. Et je vais renforcer ce qu'elle a dit sur le digital. C'est une compétence essentielle. Regarde, Adeline. On avait planifié, on a travaillé pour faire cet événement à Douala. Mais nous voici grâce au digital et aux compétences. Et déjà, je salue tes compétences en la matière, Adeline. Nous voici en train de faire ce que nous avions prévu de faire. Donc, l'innovation est plus que jamais quelque chose que nous devons mettre à contribution pour pouvoir continuer d'exister normalement, entre guillemets, malgré ce statut de confinement et de ne plus pouvoir se mouvoir à l'extérieur, mais on peut se mouvoir à l'intérieur de nous-mêmes pour pouvoir ressortir le meilleur et les opportunités et alors travailler à combler ces opportunités. Comment nous pouvons combler ces opportunités? Nous avons ici pas peut-être une recette magique à vous proposer, mais des solutions basées sur notre expérience et sur les expériences vécues des autres personnes. Si une bonne auto-évaluation a été faite, vous ressortirez de là avec des gaps, comme Dayola dit tout à l'heure, et pour cela, vous devez mettre en place un plan d'action. Un plan d'action qui va vous permettre de combler ces gaps-là. Et plusieurs possibilités s'offrent à vous. Si c'est le digital, vous voulez compléter vos compétences en matière de digital, vous allez en ligne. Il y a plusieurs sites qui offrent des possibilités de se développer et parfois c'est gratuit. Il y a des sites gratuits et il y a des sites où il faut payer et à la fin, on a une certification qui peut véritablement aider et on aura gagné en compétences. Vous avez des livres que vous avez achetés il y a longtemps et qui ont pris beaucoup de poussière et que vous ne lisez pas. Si au sortir de votre auto-évaluation, vous voulez développer la compétence d'un leader qui a de l'empathie, qui a de l'humilité, je vous recommanderais d'utiliser le temps de confinement pour dépoussiérer votre Bible. Vraiment dépoussiérer la Bible et lire les passages liés à la dernière nuit de Jésus avec ses disciples et méditer précisément sur le lavement des pieds fait par Jésus. Moi, personnellement, s'il y a quelque chose que j'ai trouvé comme opportunité pour moi, c'est beaucoup de méditation spirituelle. Et vous voyez que d'ailleurs, moi, nous sommes un peu en fac. Elle a mentionné un peu cela. Donc, je veux véritablement rentrer en moi spirituellement. Donc, mes exemples seront un peu tirés sur la Bible et on n'a pas besoin d'être chrétien, catholique ou whatever. J'ai trouvé que ce livre est un bon livre pour développer les compétences managériales, les compétences de leadership. Si je reviens à l'exemple du lavement des pieds de Jésus, je disais tout à l'heure, j'y ai trouvé un grand enseignement sur la capacité du leader à se mettre au service des autres et qui ne fait pas que déléguer, mais qui sait aussi descendre de son siège de boss pour donner un coup de main à ses troupes. Et pourquoi la symbolique des pieds, pour moi, j'ai beaucoup réfléchi à propos et je me suis déportée à cette période du monde et on se déplaçait beaucoup à pied. Donc, c'est la partie qui était, je pense, la plus sale que Jésus, qui était le maître, a décidé de laver. On peut enlever les pieds et trouver autre chose dans notre vie qui remplacerait ces pieds. Si votre opportunité est de développer votre capacité à prendre des risques, je vais une fois encore me référer à la Bible et ce confinement, je le disais tantôt, m'a fait voir combien ce livre est un super moyen de développement de compétences de leadership. Je vais vous demander de vous arrêter sur le livre de Esther dans l'Ancien Testament. Ou alors, si vous n'êtes pas trop fan de la lecture, regardez le film. Allez sur YouTube, tapez Esther ou regardez le film si vous préférez. Vous allez le voir sur YouTube et vous y verrez comment cette jeune dame a pris un risque calculé, parce que c'est aussi ça une compétence de leadership, savoir prendre des risques, mais des risques calculés. Elle a pris un risque très calculé pour sauver le peuple juif du massacre et elle y est parvenue. Donc, je vous invite, si vous voulez développer vraiment ce côté de prendre des risques, de pouvoir regarder ce film. Et je vais terminer aussi mon propos sur qu'est-ce que les femmes peuvent faire pour se développer pendant cette période de confinement et acquérir des nouvelles compétences de leadership. Je vais insister sur la lecture et parler du livre Devenir de Madame Michelle Obama, qui est un fabuleux livre. Si dans votre introspection, votre évaluation, vous avez trouvé que vos opportunités résident sur le développement du leadership qui est plus terre à terre, sur la résilience, le sens du travail bien fait, la persévérance, croire en soi, croient en l'esprit de collaboration et comment répondre face aux critiques, devenir de Michelle Obama va vous aider. Et par rapport à répondre aux critiques, ça m'a beaucoup touchée parce que si vous avez un peu suivi et n'ayant pas encore lu le livre, vous avez vu comment cette femme a pu être critiquée. À un moment même, on a dit que c'était un homme. Et elle a cette fameuse formule que j'aime bien qui dit « When they go low, go high ». Donc, ne laissez pas les critiques vous atteindre. Ne laissez pas les critiques vous atteindre. Et quand les personnes cherchent à vous descendre, mettez-vous au-dessus de la mêlée. Et c'est le moment pour vous de développer les forces, ce dont vous avez besoin. Si vous êtes entré dans le confinement en étant vide de certaines choses, s'il vous plaît, ne sortez pas vide. Sortez rempli de ces compétences nouvelles qui vont vous permettre d'affronter l'après-confinement.
Wow.
Wow.
How is that? Okay, I'm sure you're all listening to Solange and thinking, wow, you can't believe you're getting that. I'm so happy to welcome people, more people join us, and it's important that we recognize that we can see you, Mika. We can also see you, Neil Ash. We can see you, Sarah. We can see you, Nuella. Venasius, we can see you, and Grace, we can see you. While we are moving on to the next question, please be mindful that we're going to be responding to your questions. So if you have any question to any of the speakers, just let us know. Put down your question, and then we're going to come answering them. Let's move on to the second question that we have. It's all about us, retaining some of the things that they've said. In the first question had a lot of tips for you and things that you can use to truly develop yourself. Solange also made reference of Michelle Obama's book Becoming, and this is about being resilient. This is about surpassing what people think about you and being you. Because in order for you to be you, you need to truly keep a focus to the direction that you want to go to. Now, I'm moving on straight to the second question, and it is about how do you become a better person post-COVID-19? Because right now we're thinking about COVID-19, this is me, this is where I want to be. But how do you become that person? How do you become stronger and better? So let's take Dayo on this one, and we find out what she thinks and some of the advice that she can give. And, if you have any question again, please do not forget to jot it down. We're going to come to it. So Dayo, how do you become a better person post-COVID-19?
Okay, so let me proceed with. So I discussed self, taking care of yourself, identifying those things that are important, pleasure or passion, and this is the time to really look at them and start doing them. Then I spoke about career, embracing the digital for the purpose of advancing your career post COVID-19, and then the last I'll be talking about is your family. At this time, very important opportunity to bond with family. I'm sure a lot of us we are aware of the work-life balance. That has been a theory that has been on in the business school for quite a while. But I dare to tell you that work-life balance is no longer balancing as it should be. The balance is tilting to the left, to the right each time. And then I think what we have now is work-life integration. You can realize that while you are home, you are locked down. Some people say, oh, I can't work from home. And all of a sudden, you are locked with your family and you need to work from home. So now you're bonding with family. It's the time for you to also bond with your kids. And I mentioned yesterday, some people don't even know the name of the kids' teacher. They don't even know the class they belong to. I think this is a great, unusual opportunity that can help you then, bond with your kids. It's also a very good time to teach them about things that school will never teach them. Life skills, things, cooking, taking care of the home, things to do with their emotional wellness, leadership skills also, giving them responsibility. And I can assure you at home, I'm having it really good because, it's a good opportunity for us to really bond. And I dare to tell you that at this time, what we need to do, moving to the next question, is for us to explore our strength, to explore the opportunities. And I will look at VUCA for leadership. VUCA being volatile, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. This is the kind of leadership that the military personnel, they always imbibe. And all of a sudden, this is the kind of leadership we are forced to imbibe because these are unusual times. And I can tell you that this unusual time, I do not pray it last for too long, but after this unusual time, life is not going to be as we usually have it. And when you say VUCA, we are talking about everything is becoming very volatile. All of a sudden, you can no longer go shopping. Like you will just pick your bag and go shopping. If you must go shopping, you must have your hand sanitizer, you must have your face mask. Sometimes you wear the gloves, and I dare you look like a ninja, all kitted because you are going to shop. How that we got there, I mean, was just like just like that, like a tap of the finger. And I say, how do you overcome this volatile situation, this unexpected change? The first thing for you to do is to paint your vision again. What is your vision? What have you planned to achieve? And then simulate the future. So I'm telling you now that let me use an example of a woman who wants to become a managing director. If you want to become a managing director, all of a sudden, what used to be requisite for becoming a managing director has changed. Your ability to work from any location, breaking down borders, becomes almost non-negotiable. So you can't tell me, oh, I can't use Microsoft Teams, I can't use like what we are using today, StreamYard, I don't know how to operate it. And you want to become the MD of an organization? How? You must simulate the future. And then I say uncertainty. Everything has become so unpredictable. So you wake up and I'm so beat and I'm so sad because I mean throughout yesterday there was an armed robbery situation in Lagos. It was so chaotic. We were on the phone with people who were living in those regions. We were praying that they are not harmed. I mean, it was so unsettling. These are the kind of situation that we now have because people are hungry. And I'm saying that for you to do that, the same VUCA, you have to understand the time. Start with the results. Start with the results in mind. Where am I going? At the end of 2020, I want to start my organization. You want to start maybe a farm, for instance. You want to start a farm. And then you're asking yourself, then you walk backwards. For you to start a farm, where do you begin? It's not about getting the land. That is not the first thing to do. The first thing to do is to get all the knowledge that you need to do that kind of farming. And I will use myself as an example. About 2 years ago, I started seriously thinking about farming. And we started a fish farm. And starting that fish farm, of course, I had to do a lot of experiential learning, had to do a lot of research, and then understand marketing, branding, how to put it out there, what people want, what new product we can introduce with that fish and all of that. So that gave us an edge when we started. So you must think of the end. Who is your competition? Don't say, oh, I just want to do this business. After all, my neighbor opened a hairdressing salon. I also want to open one. My neighbor opened a school. What value are you going to be adding? You must have understanding, understand what the future looks like. If you are going to open a school, don't think about the physical building anymore. You must think about online platforms where your students can get on if they need to suddenly stay at home. Again, it's very complex now. There is no single path. So unlike before, we say, okay, just take an MBA and then you become a manager. No. An MBA probably will just earn you the right to send your CV to an organization. What value are you going to add? You must start thinking. You must be clear about it. What value are you going to add? You must focus on what counts. Stop looking at only the big picture. What are the places where you need to put your focus? And then we say adaptability, which is very important. So all of a sudden, we are asked to go home, get locked down. And the first 1 week, I was disillusioned, I was confused, I was just grinding my pepper, cooking my stew, making enough food for my family. And after that 1 week, I asked myself, am I going to be doing this for the rest of my life? No way. I have clients waiting for me. And I started again, picked up my laptop, and I can tell you the whole of last week, I was on one call or the other, having meetings, looking for ways to make money, even within the confines of that lockdown. So you must be able to adapt. What adaptability factors do you need to invite? When you put a fish, so my son was telling me about a kind of fish that doesn't die even outside water. It's called lungfish. Actually called African lungfish. That fish doesn't die outside water because it has the lung. Other fishes die, but it stays put wherever it is until the water comes. So when the season is over of dryness, the water comes and meets this fish there. This fish has the lungs to adapt to be able to keep alive. What kind of lungs do you need to keep alive in this situation? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dayo. Wow. I think that was a very insightful, and Dayo really answered the question step by step, and based on her experience and her expertise, I think some of the strategies that she has mentioned are sure fact that has worked in the past, and to be honest, if implemented, I'm sure you're going to come out of this a stronger and better person. We need to go on to the next to our next question, which is let's launch. So before we do that, I want to thank those who joined us. I want to say we are the Corporate Women and Leadership, and we host Leadership Summit for women and men, and we do mentor-mentee program post that. Let me take you back to Abidjan 2018 so that you can have a recap of leadership and corporate leadership summit that we did, that we hosted.
Au bureau, il faut savoir mettre des limites. Dans les plaisanteries, dans le travail même, il faut avoir des barrières en fait, sécuriser son environnement, c'est tout ça, physique et émotionnel.
Tous ces diplômes qui se promènent de partout et que vous devez faire la différence parmi toutes ces personnes, il faut que vous ayez une valeur ajoutée. C'est ça qu'il s'agit.
Insisting that you must be a logistic officer, that you're missing your dream. You need to look at your CV. After this meeting, come to me, bring your CV, bring your mission statement to me, and let's talk about the branding.
Great. Was that a good break you had?
Yes.
So we are back. We are back with following up on our program. Now, I think we want to welcome those who are just joining us. We want to welcome Mercy Gesang, who is logging in all the way from the US. We want to welcome Muna, who joined us, and we want to take on some questions. I have some questions that came on, and I want to ask the first question to Dayo. Very briefly, tell us what are some of the digital marketing tools that we can use at this time to implement working from home. Dayo, that's over to you. Okay, did I mention, yeah, that we might be a little bit challenged? We are back. So did you get my last input, Dayo?
No, just
this was a question from Feza, one of our Feza is one of our audience at the moment. You want to know some of the tools that you can recommend that they can use to help businesses work from home. So digital marketing tools. So I'm very quickly just giving, but I think this question should come at the, because we're going to answer this question towards the end, because we have the resources that that we've put in place to support you. So after this summit, or just before we round up, we'll be giving you some tips, with resources. So let's go to the question by Sarah. Solange, this question is to you. How can we manage our financial crisis during this lockdown, knowing we were not prepared for it at all? How do we manage this, Solange?
Okay. How do we manage our financial crisis now that we are
our finances during this crisis? Our finances, because nobody was expecting a lockdown. So maybe someone has no money or little money, and we all locked down. Businesses or our activities have stopped. So how do we manage our, financial situation during this lockdown?
Yeah, I got it.
In the UK, we have some support, but in Cameroon or Nigeria, I don't know if there are any support out there.
There's no support. There's no social here. You are on your own with your life. The way you build your life, that's you carry on with it. So unfortunately, I hear, in country like Gabon, I think I saw some measure being taken by Ali Bongo. I don't know if they are true in France or all that, but in Cameroon so far as I'm concerned, I haven't heard about any social measure from the government to support. To come back to the question of Sarah, I mentioned.
Sorry, I think it's Neil-Ange Etoile, not Sarah. It's Neil-Ange Etoile. Neil-Ange Etoile, not Sarah. I just mixed up the questions, but it's Neil.
Neil, okay, fine. Thank you for the question, Neil. If you have been listening, should I answer in English or French? Because I want to know if it's a French or English question.
I think you answer in English because
Anglais, Solange.
Okay, let me just carry on. Okay, I hope maybe she's fine with English because I can respond in French as well. What I was saying, that if she was following since the beginning, one of the things that Dayo mentioned on her speech that are reinforced is the ability for you to reinvent yourself, to be innovative during this time of lockdown and confinement. Yes, and also at some point when I was talking about the situation of the COVID-19 in Cameroon, I said that unfortunately there are people who cannot be locked down at home because they work on, they live on a daily basis. They have to earn their bread. They are living on a daily basis. If they don't go out every day, then it will be a disaster. Therefore, the measure prescribed by the WHO are definitely important for those people to continue to manage their business or to reinvent themselves. If I take, for example, this mass opportunity, we are all ninja, as Dayo said. We don't like it, but we are. But it is an opportunity, a business opportunity for many people today, because out of the sudden, the mask, the face mask became the thing which is very cool. Though we don't like it, but it is what we all need today. And in Cameroon, as from this Monday, wearing your mask is becoming something mandatory. So you can go into new business to continue to earn your life, to secure your financement. And I myself, I have this mask done by one of my mentees, Sarah. She went into it to earn money. I have
actually following this, yeah.
Oh, okay, fine. Hi, Sarah. So she saw an opportunity within this crisis, and Dio and I, we have been talking about a lot of things, but insisting on looking at this COVID-19, this lockdown, not like an obstacle. It is, yeah, it is bad. People are passing away. It is terrible, but there's an opportunity in this dark thing. There's an opportunity. So you can recreate. Did Dio say reset yourself? Yes, you can reset and look at where are the opportunities. If the business where you are in now is dying because of the COVID, the shutdown, the COVID-19, what is the new business where you can go and make sure that you continue to earn your money? I just named the one that really is on the hand, which is the mass that you can go into it and continue to secure your today and somehow your tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Solange. It's truly interesting the way you put it and the way you brought back some highlights that Dio made during her presentation. I'm going to throw in this next question to you because I think it is important for us to know. We almost running up with our show, but we want to know, how do we stay motivated? How do we stay motivated? Because this is a period of uncertainty. This is a period where people are not sure about the next move. But then we need strong willpower in order to be motivated. How do we stay motivated so that we don't give up on some of the things that we know it's so hard to do?
Yeah, thank you. Again, Dio talk about bonding with family. So sorry, you will see my eyes going like this because I have my son just near me with his bread trying to drag my attention. So, okay, to come back with how do we stay motivated? La motivation, c'est quelque chose de très, très important. Déjà, même si on n'est pas en situation de confinement, et plus que jamais importante quand on est dans cette situation. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire? Ma proposition serait de se concentrer, de se focaliser sur le positif. Ne pas laisser le négatif prendre le dessus. Regarder le COVID comme une opportunité et pas comme un obstacle. Lire des livres qui vont vous édifier, suivre des coachs, les personnes inspirantes sur YouTube. Moi, personnellement, je suivais quelqu'un comme Trevor Noah un peu à distance et je le trouvais assez intéressant parce qu'il a cette façon unique à lui de trouver des mots pour raconter des histoires cocasses, mais plein de leçons. Donc, depuis, je suis devenue fan de ce confinement et on voit l'innovation. Il était plus possible pour lui de faire son Social Daily Show et parce qu'il est confiné, maintenant, il a baptisé ça de Daily So Distancing Show. Et c'est tout à fait intéressant. Vous pouvez le suivre si vous êtes à l'aise en anglais et si vous n'êtes pas à l'aise, c'est le moment de développer cette compétence. Il y a Benjamin Wall. Benjamin Wall qui est un coach qui fait dans le développement personnel. Il a cette fabuleuse rubrique qu'il fait chaque jour. Il peut publier 2 à 3 sujets qui peuvent nous motiver et nous aider. Donc, vous pouvez le suivre. Il est sur Facebook et ça peut aider. Covid, je regardais ce mot Covid. À la fin, là, c'est vide. Il n'y a que le E là qu'on a avalé. Dites-vous que le vide qu'il y a dans Covid doit devenir rempli. Donc, co-rempli. Pour donner un co-rempli. Oui, remplissez votre âme, votre esprit, des choses que vous aimez. Utilisez les nouvelles technologies pour rester en contact. Mettez-vous à l'abri des bruits négatifs. Si vous êtes, je dirais, sujette à l'anxiété, à l'angoisse, un peu comme moi, alors faites le vide. N'allez pas suivre des informations qui vont encore vous ramener plus bas que vous ne l'étiez déjà. So, ne laissez pas le COVID-19 vous vider. Ce n'est pas parce qu'il y a vide dans COVID que vous allez vous laisser vider. S'il vous devez vous vider de quelque chose, c'est de tout ce que vous avez constaté qui ne vous aide pas du tout par rapport à votre vision, par rapport à vos objectifs. Dans ce cas, oui, vous vous videz. Mais auquel cas, remplissez-vous plutôt. So, de Covid, passez à co-remplir pour vous remplir des choses, des nouvelles compétences qui vont vous aider à devenir quelqu'un de meilleur quand vous allez sortir de ce confinement et rester motivé. Parce que, sachez-le, I would like to say this in English because for me it resonates better. I'm sorry. Your action or inaction tend to speak louder than words. So during this lockdown, your action or your inaction will speak volume after. So the question is, what do you want people to see from you after this lockdown? What is it that you want people to see? So set your goal, focus on the end result, as again Dayo said. Stay very confident, use this period to strengthen or to build new skill, and please don't sleep over. And if you want to start a journey on leadership, there's book that can help, a new right from the start, which is a very good leadership book, who can really help you also to build your skill if you feel like at the end of this confinement, at the end of this lockdown, I would like to take that leadership opportunity that I saw, and I was so shy, so kind of, I can't do it. You can do it. You can do it. Nobody else can do it except you. So keep your motivation high and you will make it.
Thank you so much, Solange. I think I am motivated. I know I want to post this. I want to make sure I post top leaders like you every week. That is my motivation, that is my inspiration, and that is what I've taken from that. I'm sure Dayo has something small to contribute.
Yes. Okay, so I don't know the question the person asked. I'm just seeing your question drop about the tools for digital tools. I think we will take that after, isn't it?
Yes, we take that resources. So right now
we'll take that after. Okay. So let me just talk about staying motivated. I will just raise 4 points. 4 points on staying motivated. 4 points on staying motivated. Adeline, the key, keeping the motivation level high. Keeping the motivation level high slide. 1, drive, stroke focus. You must maintain your drive. You must maintain your focus. And I said, whatever you focus on, you will grow. Whatever you focus on will multiply. What is your focus at this time? It's very easy for us to focus on the negative or the positive. It is very easy for us to, it may be difficult for us to focus on the positive at this time and then just keep looking at the negative figures. I told Adeline there was a time she was just posting figures from country to country, the casualties of COVID-19. And I was at the point I told her I stopped listening to the news because that was the only way I could manage my own mental, my mental sanity. So ensure your focus is on the positive. Look for things that are positive. There are TED Talks to listen to. There is music to listen to. Focus on those things that that will then that will keep you happy. Then what is your drive? What is that thing that is behind your mind that before you even got into this COVID-19, what were your dreams? Those should be your drive. My own drive for this year, I had projects on We Lead, I had projects in Cravardin, I had a project on content development for organization. And once we were locked down, it was just a time before I got myself back to say, okay, you know what? These are the projects I have. I have a whole work stream, like a canvas that I look at all the time for the 2 companies, which guide my thinking. So that keeps my focus high. Secondly, for you to keep your motivation level high, you must have an accountability partner. An accountability partner is that person who you go to whenever you are stuck. So an accountability partner is somebody that you have shared your dream with that person. For instance, Adeline knows a couple of things we want in We Lead. I've also discussed Cravagin with her. Many times when I want to take decisions, talk, I just give her a call because she happens to be one of my accountability partners. I also have another one who is a lawyer. She's a very good friend who I run things by. And I have my husband who is also my accountability office partner. Most times, spouses may not fit into that bucket. So if your husband or wife, if there is a man online, can't fit into that bucket, look for somebody who you can run your plans by. This person will help you guide your thinking. This person will tell you, okay, madam, you said you are going to achieve XYZ by June. Where are you? And it worked for us in Willie because when we started out, we started with a very good board, and the board chair held me accountable. She's a friend, but she's a leader. When she's talking to me during meetings, the boundaries are drawn. She's requesting to give her results, figures, what are the achievements. There are no stories. So you must have an accountability partner who keeps you on your toes. You must be very disciplined. And I will use the example of Serena Williams. She doesn't like to work out. That is the honest truth. She says she hates to work out. But she knows that working out is the only solution to getting the peace. So what do you need to be disciplined on? Do you need to on your skills? Do you need to work for a particular number of hours for you to achieve results? Do you need to draw a schedule to follow every day, which I have done during this lockdown? That would help you stay disciplined, especially when you put deliverables. At the end of the day, I want to be able to, I must have achieved this. So when it is 3 o'clock and you decide to go and nap, you already know that you are failing for the day. The fourth point is to eliminate what I called ants, which is automatic negative thoughts. So you may just
we have connection.
As we know, we have Dayo, we can share the slides with you guys at the end of the show. If you would like us to share Dayo's slides, please do let us know and we can share it with you. So
thinking, I hope I won't be one of the group.
She's back.
No, it's okay. I'm just saying that you've elaborated very well on this, and because we've been correct, if at the end of the day, what we can do is anybody who would like to have your slide, person can send us their email address and we'll be able to send this out to them. I mean, there's a lot of resources that we have in place and that we're ready to share with you. But let us go now to the next set of questions. Before going to the next set of questions, I want to thank Antonio Montana. You are a star. Thank you for starting your party so that many more people can join this and follow us. I just wish your action can get so many people to understand the importance of developing leadership skills, even though they are on lockdown. So we move on to the next, which is our last question before we answer your other questions. Thank you, Lauren, too, for joining in us. Thank you, Daphne, joining all the way from Togo Lomé. Thank you so much, sis. We're always happy to have important personalities joining us during our sermon, during our summit, during our conferences, and we can never stop appreciating. We are here because you are there. If you stop being there, we're not going to be here. So let's go on. Resources. It makes no sense for us to come and talk. We can talk from now to tomorrow. But if we don't give you pragmatic, if we don't give you resources to help you, then there's no point, isn't it? So we want our guests to tell us some of the resources. What or where can people go to take some of these things that will help them stay motivated, will help them develop leadership style, or come out stronger and better post COVID-19? Let's start with you, Solange.
Okay. Repeat myself here because I think we are coming to the end and it's just a summarize of the thing that I mentioned before. Yes, I realized I went into English again. The deal, just for people following, was that I will speak in French as much as possible to give possibility to people who are not kind of so used with French also to get something. So that I haven't forgot about our deal, okay? So, and I know also the plan was for you to kind of also, because you saw opportunity for you to close the gap you have in French, isn't it? So you are using this to grab something, isn't it?
That is, I know that COVID-19 is COVID-19.
Exactly, COVID-19. And we say we will move from COVID to co-rempli. So, pour pouvoir, comment est-ce qu'on peut aider? Quelles sont les choses que nous avons à disposition pour nous aider à mieux nous développer et sortir plus fort, disons-le comme ça, plus fort de cette pandémie. Comme j'ai dit, il faut partir de quelque part. Et ce quelque part ici, c'est votre auto-évaluation. Parce que c'est ça qui va vous aider à mettre en place un plan d'action. Sans plan d'action, vous allez un peu aller dans tous les sens. Donc, il faut savoir où vous voulez aller. Et une fois cela fait, vous saurez quoi faire. Et les propositions que j'ai faites tout au long de 1 heure que nous avions ensemble, j'ai parlé des lectures en disant qu'il y a des livres que vous pouvez lire. J'ai cité le livre de Michelle Obama, Devenir, qu'on peut très bien voir là. Vous recherchez des compétences de leadership qui sont plus terre à terre. Si vous voulez travailler sur la résilience, la persévérance, son expérience et celle de son mari dont elle parle dans cet ouvrage autobiographique pour vous inspirer. Vous voulez avoir plus d'empathie, vous mettre à la place des autres. Je vous ai suggéré de rentrer dans la Bible et de prendre ça aussi comme un manuel de développement personnel, parce qu'à l'intérieur, vous trouverez beaucoup d'exemples. J'en ai cité un peu, mais je vous en suis, il y en a beaucoup. J'ai découvert des choses très bien chez Salomon que je veux bien emprunter. Lui, par exemple, si je peux juste dire un peu, j'ai trouvé quelque chose d'assez intéressant quand j'ai lu son histoire, que pour éviter la guerre, il épousait les femmes de ses rivaux. Donc, s'il y a une fille là-bas, il vient et l'épouse parce qu'il ne veut pas faire la guerre. Et ça marchait plus ou moins pour éviter de faire couler du sang. Vous pouvez suivre des coachs inspirants comme Benjamin qui était là affiché tout à l'heure. Il fait des publications chaque jour. C'est officiel, c'est assez motivant, vous pouvez le faire. J'ai mentionné Trevor Noah, qui est quelqu'un que j'ai commencé à suivre pendant ce confinement, et j'ai bien aimé la façon dont il a réinventé son show de Daily Show to the Daily Show Distancing show. Je pense que vous pouvez aussi l'écouter. Vous pouvez, si vous, au sortir de là, vous étiez près d'un poste de management, près d'un poste de leadership, vous pouvez lire Right from the Start. Et là, je vois le livre de Valérie Trierweiler. Merci pour ce moment. Ici, c'est comment se relever d'une chute. Comment se relever d'une chute? Je pense que si vous avez été un peu au courant de cette période de la vie de cette brillante journaliste, de sa vie personnelle qui a connu un moment assez difficile, vous saurez de quoi je parle. Donc, comment se relever d'une chute, je vous recommande. Et si vous faites vos premiers pas dans le monde du leadership, je vous recommande cette lecture de Right from the Start de Dan Chiampa et Michael Watkins que vous pouvez très bien lire et cela va vous édifier. Et bien sûr, allez en ligne sur YouTube. Il y a plein de choses auxquelles vous pouvez avoir accès en fonction de votre plan d'action. Il suffit de taper le mot-clé et vous aurez une panoplie de choses qui va se dérouler et sur lesquelles vous ne devez que faire opérer votre choix pour que après ce COVID-19 qui va passer, nous sortions plus forts que jamais.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Solange. I think that was a very passionate moment, sharing your favorite leadership books. And I'm quite happy that the Bible is top of your list. And I can truly say the Bible has a lot of leadership skills. You can say, think about all the wise in the Bible, think about just one example from each and every one of them. Imagine what a powerful person you will be. Let's find out from Dayo if she has something to add with regards to resources which you can use at the moment, be it online or offline. What are some of the resources that we can use at the moment, Dayo, to help us? We're talking about resources, places, links, references. If you have any that you've prepared for our audience, please share.
Okay, so yes, I will start with the digital tools that you can use. So marketing for me, it's a very big deal. And you find out that because you are in a situation where you are going to be working alone more, you have to develop certain skills, which ordinarily you would have outsourced or relied on people. And I will look at the skills from this angle. For content development, that is very unique. I mean, you must have background writing skills for you to be able to do that. That's one I have to teach, but I won't dwell on that. I will go to design and engagement, engaging your audience with designs. So for instance, if you have a product and you want to create a logo, a banner, a sticker, something that would then engage your audience, you can use the Canva. We use Canva for social engagement. You can use Canva for your designs, for you to get designs on your product. I also picked Befunky. Befunky is a collage mix software which is free online. It's called Befunky. Befunky is a software that I've used for mixing pictures for my presentation. So when you have you want to engage your audience, whether on social media or for online, Befunky is a collage mix. It's very important. It's very good. And I've also picked video tools. There's a particular video tool I use, which is also free, which is seamless. And I'm giving you the free resources because this will help you to at least start practicing. This video tool is called Image to Video. Image to Video is a very beautiful software that also enhances your presentation. So you want to engage your audience, to sell your product. Image to Video is also something you can start playing with to understand how to turn static pictures into a video. I'm also going to talk about social media. Social media is a very, very powerful tool. So I have gotten sales from social media. I've gotten referrals, have networked on social media, and it's very interesting how much you can do on social media. And I will pick Instagram as a very good tool for sale. So when we started the farm and I was experimenting with sales, I went on Instagram. I opened an handle for Cravadine because it was a test. I'm sure you can still go and look at it. And I put up a picture of the fish. That's the design, the sticker on the package of the fish. And then we put up live videos of where I was cooking soup. I posted it and I got a lot of engagement. I got a lot of sale. We are trying to revamp the farm as I speak. We are trying to move the farm back to Lagos because it's somewhere in the southwest, which is a bit of a distance. And because we don't even have fish now, I'm still getting orders. People are still asking me because of that engagement. So Instagram is a very, very fantastic tool for sales. So I mentioned video, image to video for images, for your presentation. As for content development, you must learn how to write. That's what I have to teach it. It's not something I can talk about here. You just must learn how to write. There are steps to it, which we can't discuss here. For design engagement, you can use Canva. Canva is a very wonderful, simple tool to use. You can use Instagram. And I said for PixMix, you can use Befunky for collage mix. And then we have the Google Analytics for data. So we have quite a number of them. We have Trello. We have, so I mean, it depends on what you want to do. There are free tools you can start with as you start, yeah. And then as I round up, I would just like to bring something quickly to your notice, which we discussed yesterday, Solange I and Adeline, to say, most of the time we ask the question, can women have it all? And we say, oh, and that came up when we're talking about Michelle Obama. And I'm putting it to you here that, yes, you can have it all if you can define your all. In all of this lockdown, define that single thing that is most important to you. So I'm not talking about things that will only make you money, things that will also give you fulfillment. You must determine them. Solange has said her ultimate vision in life is to bring out the genius in everyone. She's brought out the genius in me, actually. And I must say that my own vision in life is to continue to impact people, to continue to change lives, to continue to give out knowledge. The little I know, I'm giving it out every day, whether I'm paid for it or not. So you must fuse your passion and your profits and get to a point where you are happy to do what you are doing and you are able to earn from it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Before Dayo goes, I want to read out a slide by Dayo, which I really find very interesting. Inspiring women to excel. You have to renew your mind. Your choices are important. Define and redefine your all. Embrace your challenges. Reinvent in yourself. Face it. Validate yourself. Build a brand. Write boldness and confidence. A trust and effort. Share your story. Mentor, sponsorship, collective or individualism. Family support. I mean, when I saw this, I purposely didn't let her say that because I wanted to say it the way I read it. That is power in each and every one of those words. It's power, it's inspiration, it's empowerment, and that is what we're all about here at Corporate Women in Leadership. We have a few emails of people from our audience who've asked us to send them your slide. I hope you're not going to mind us sharing the slides, because it's important for them to go away with something physical, something that they can keep, something that they can refer back to. Now, we are almost at the end of our summit. We have just about 15 more minutes to go. But before we go, I just want to say we're going to take on the questions and the answers. While we are picking on the questions and the answers, I want to take our audience back to the videos of some of the events that we've hosted. I mean, we've hosted a lot, but we just selected three. So yes.
Can I just say one thing that came to my mind, which I think is really important for me to mention? One of the takeout I got from this COVID-19 and the importance of simplification of things, right? Because I was looking at it and all the measures that we are being requested by the WHO to do, like washing our hands. Seriously? We are told to wash our hands because we never knew how to wash our hands. So, but I look at it and I say, okay, actually, COVID-19 is teaching me about going back to the basics, rentrer sur des choses essentielles, ces petites choses-là. Ne pas complexifier ni compliquer beaucoup de choses. Du coup, si nous étions une personne qui aime vraiment compliquer, on nous pose une question, avant de la répondre, on complique, on va en Gandéré, on revient au nord, non, on va directement. C'est kind of key thing. Keep it simple and straight. That is when I was looking at the measure, I found that this COVID-19 is really a call out of back to the basics, back to those little essential things of life that maybe we forgot about and we should bring back on the table now. And again, I will quote the Bible here regarding l'histoire du prophète Élisée avec le grand soldat Naaman qui souffrait de la lèpre et qui a quitté son pays rempli de lui-même et de tous ses atouts matériels pour partir se faire soigner parce qu'il avait entendu ce que faisait Élisée. Il est arrivé là-bas, le prophète Élisée a demandé à quelqu'un de lui dire d'aller se laver dans la rivière. Il a dit, what? J'ai quitté mon pays où il y avait plein de rivières pour venir ici pour qu'un homme me demande d'aller me laver dans la rivière. Il était vraiment énervé, vraiment énervé. Et je me suis vue dans ce monsieur-là. Parce que parfois, j'aime compliquer les choses. Et c'est un de ces soldats qui lui a dit, si vous avez demandé quelque chose d'impossible, vous auriez été content d'aller le faire, peut-être vous n'allez pas réussir. Allez donc faire, vous lavez dans la rivière, ça ne va pas vous tuer. Et il a pris les premiers jets d'eau pour verser sur lui et sa lèpre a disparu. Donc, le message ici, c'est la simplification. Ce n'est pas toujours les choses compliquées qui vont donner des résultats. Les petites choses donnent des résultats extraordinaires. Et quand on regarde toutes les mesures autour du COVID-19, lavons-nous les mains, mettons les masques, c'est des choses simples, mais qui peuvent être compliquées. Si on veut, on va compliquer cela. So I just wanted to point out this point, please.
Thank you very much, Solange. I think that is important for us to take that. You know, it's not just about teaching us how to wash our hands, but it's about teaching us how to simplify our lives, going back to basics and doing some of those things that we used to do as kids, those things that we don't have time to do anymore. So let's go back to some of our videos while I pick up some comments and then answer some of your questions, and then we can wrap up at exactly 15 minutes. Let's start with...
Au bureau, il faut savoir mettre des limites. Dans les plaisanteries, dans le travail même, il faut avoir des barrières en fait. Sécuriser son environnement, c'est tout ça. Physique et émotionnel.
Tous ces diplômes qui se promènent de partout et que vous devez faire la différence parmi toutes ces personnes, il faut que vous ayez une valeur ajoutée. C'est le secret du sachet.
If you keep insisting that you must be a logistic officer, then you're missing your dream. You need to look at your CV. After this meeting, come to me, bring your CV, bring your mission statement to me, and let's talk about the branding.
Okay. Now let us go to the questions and answer part. But before I go to the question and answer part, I'll just pick some random comments and I'll comment on. I'll start with this comment by Delphine Jingo. She said, the Holy Bible is the book. Merci beaucoup, Solange, car l'aspect spirituel est très important et m'aide énormément à tester positif. Le livre de Suzanne Solomon et la vie de la mère de Jésus, la bienheureuse Vierge Marie. And she also said, accountability partner is very necessary. For someone who doesn't have one, self-discipline is top in the list. You know, easy, but once started, bam, loving the schedule thing. So, so that's a very interesting contribution from Darren. Thank you. And Nuela says, you are all women in leadership who own and run successful businesses. Could you share? Okay, that's a question. Ramsey says it is important to eliminate automatic negative things in thinking and acting positive in order to succeed in life. Thanks, Madam Dayo, for your contribution. And Mercy Gesang from the US says, yes, women can have it all, depending on what an individual all is. And Oluwu Tosin from Nigeria says, define your own all, and you will have it all. And one last one, Lauren Shu says, I am so lucky to be a part of this live session. I am going to apply every point shared here. I will be back with results. I will also remember this day. Thank you so much. Now let's start with the question. Let's start first question from Goretti Echuegbe. She wants to know what are the steps needed to achieve that. Now, I think she must have, I don't know the which particular question this one is defined, this one is addressing, but I think we have listed some of the steps, and we have also done some, resources, you know, so I'm sure if she's still listening, then she will be able to see that we've done some of the, we've actually answered that question. Now there's a question from Emperor J. Boss Njei. This question goes to Dayo. How can you know a person is an accountability partner? How do you define your accountability partner?
Okay. Thank you very much, Emperor. I hope I got the name right. Yes. Yes. For you to define your accountability partner, the first thing you must understand that both of you must have a vision. You must share a vision. That means you must understand each other's vision. Adeline is my accountability partner. She runs an NGO. I run an NGO. The way we started as partners. So she started our organization. I was a major player in that organization, and I led the first summit. And when I started my NGO in Nigeria, she's on our board as one of the directors. So each time I have issues, I run it by her because I know she understands what I am doing. I know she understands the business I run. And I also know that she's very forthright. She has a clear vision of where she's not a layback. She's not somebody who is lazy. She also has a vision right in front of her. So for you to have somebody who is an accountability, the person must be someone who shares your vision, who also has that capacity to advise you. So for instance, let me give you a very funny one. When we were speaking yesterday with Adeline, Adeline and I are not accountability partners when it comes to losing weight, because both of us, we have to work on becoming very slim. We do not have capacity to help each other. But on business, Adeline has run Papa Freak in UK and in Cameroon. I'm running Cravadina, I'm running Belead. She understands business. So I know that when I'm stuck, she's the right person to go to when it comes to business. So she's my accountability partner on business, on things to do with career. things to do with building my skills. I think Solange is my accountability partner when it comes to spiritual issues. If I want to say pastor now and somebody who can help me spiritually, I will go to Solange, because everything Solange is talking about is about the Bible. So for you to identify who you pick, you must know that that person has the competence in that area. Then another person I have as my accountability partner is is a peer, but a peer ahead of me. Her name is Desola Shetande Peters. She's the board chair of We Lead, and she's an accountability partner, because whenever she doesn't just listen to me, she charges me up and she demands results. So I'm not just telling her stories. She's asking me, but you said you are going to do this. Where are the results? Where are the figures? So you must know that that person has the competence to advise you, to coach you, to add value to you, and not just somebody who then just gist with you and then that is all about it. So I think for you to pick your accountability partner, the person must have the competence to advise you on that issue. I must be passionate about what you are doing.
Well done. I think also I must add to what Dayo had said about being accountable. But I think one thing that I need to stress is that you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to be accountable. All the things that you've promised yourself that you're going to achieve in the next 1 year. Do you want to have the walk of shame at the end of the year? How do you want to tap your back? Do you want to tap your back and say, from the 10 things that I have to do, I achieved 1? Although we need the partner to help us, we must understand that it starts with us. It starts with us, because without us, there is no action. So Solange, is there anything else you want to add on being accountable while we are at it?
No, I think you guys nailed it down. That's fine.
Okay, let's look at any other questions which we have, and just to see if not, because what we're doing, we've been responding to questions along the line. We've been responding to some of the questions that we've been asked. So while we have 5 minutes to go, and Dayo, we have many people asking for your slides, which we are going to share. And we also have Masango Marion, who just made it. She just literally made it into our summit, and she's very happy she made it, although we almost pulling the curtains. But Marion, this session is going to be live. We're going to download this session. We're going to put it on our YouTube channel. We're going to put it on our Facebook page where you are. Please just ask everybody to, ask your friends to follow the page. We're going to be having different guests each week. We're going to be having different topics each week. One thing we're not going to divert from the fact that we're here together. We're here to help each other grow. So we'll be coming every week, new topic, new leadership technique, new people from different professional background. And if you have any questions that is burning and you'd like us to address, please do send us an email and we'll be able to answer that. Before we wrap up, is there any last words you want to say? Solange, est-ce qu'il y a un dernier mot que vous voulez dire à notre auditeur before we kick you off our studio?
Thank you so much. It was such a great. Merci beaucoup. C'était une très très bonne initiative et nous espérons que le co-speaker Dayo et moi-même avons été à la hauteur de vos attentes. Pour vraiment ce que je voudrais vous laisser avec avant de nous séparer. Covid, c'est co-rempli. Videz-vous de tout ce qui est négatif, de tout ce qui ne vous apporte rien et remplissez-vous de ces nouvelles compétences qui vont vous aider à sortir plus fort de ce moment de tumulte. Et rappelez-vous, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. Okay, so begins with the steps. So make that step now. Make that step now using the opportunity that the COVID-19 is offering to you so that you can be a better, a stronger leader when you go out there, when everything is behind us.
Thank you so much, Solange. Thank you so much. Dayo, is there anything you want to say? We've got about 30 seconds to go.
Okay, so I will just charge the listeners, people who have attended this conference, the delegates. Thank you so much for coming. I mean, it's been an awesome experience. But I want you to imagine a post-COVID world. A post-COVID world. Imagine it. Imagine it. Imagine that work will become very flexible. Imagine that digital and technology will drive new and traditional jobs. Imagine that homeschooling will become a very good option. Imagine that depression may increase, so you need to take care of your mental health. You need to really take care of yourself. Convenience to sell over products and services. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Thank you very much.
Are you ready? Thank you so much, Dayo. Thank you so much, Solange. And just to let our audience know that Dayo and Solange might from time to time host the show. So it's not going to be only me hosting this show, but because they are, if you're just joining us, Dayo is the first executive director for Corporate Women in Leadership, and Solange is the acting director for Corporate Women in Leadership. So in between Dayo and Solange, we have Letty Endeli, who is also a very powerful woman, and she's going to be one of our speakers in the future to come. So Dayo, love you. I'm going to remove you from my stream. And Solange, I'm going to remove you from my stream. So it's all me now. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for following. Please do share Corporate Women in Leadership. And if you want any information with regards to the things that we've achieved in the past, we have a whole brochure with information. We have a mentor-mentee programs. If you are on this session and you will need a mentor, please don't forget to connect with us, because we have a bank full of women, thought leaders who are our mentors, and they'll be happy to mentor you as a mentee. But you have to be ready, because our mentor-mentee program lasts for 6 months. So if you're coming on board Corporate Women in Leadership, know that you are coming on board a journey that does not start and end within a day, but a journey that is you're going to take along to the end of your life. Because our mentors become friends, become family, and then you learn a lot from them. It's Adeline Sedekamga. I've been your host for today, and I'm so happy you were able to join us. I'm going to leave you. I'm going to love you. And for those who do not know, our topic for today was how do you develop leadership skills during COVID-19? This video is going to be live. We're going to keep it live so that you can watch it, you can share it, and you can deal with it. I want to thank Ashu for all the work, the hard work that she put in place. It wasn't easy working from a distance. I am in England, she's in Cameroon, Dayo is in Nigeria, this is South Africa. So it has been truly challenging, but I'm glad that we did make it work. So I'll leave you with some of our videos again. But love you. Bye.